Hey everybody. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're new, or if you're, what? Welcome back if you're new. Welcome back if you're returning. My name is Hannah. This is a channel about cross stitch. I have a different shirt on this time. I don't know if we've seen this one already, but, you know, Pitbull mom. So, I've got my American Pitbull Terrier shirt on. He's over here sleeping. It's kind of yucky out. There's also people over at the neighbor's house, like, working on their deck, or on her deck, and he just goes out there and sits at the fence and, like, stares at them while they're doing all of the whatever they're doing. So I'm trying to keep him just inside so he doesn't just sit outside like a weirdo. But I've got my tea also in my dog mom mug. It's huge. It's like as big as my face. I don't know why I always measure things in terms of how big my face is, because my face is not that big. But here we are. So I have a lot. Not that much actual stitching. Well, that's a lie. I have a lot of stitching, but like mostly on one project. But I have a lot because we did retreat. Also, since the last time I saw you, before I went to the Graceness retreat, one of my stitching groups, we go on a field trip every year, and we went shopping. So I have stuff from that, and then I have stuff from retreat. And I've already taken my retreat bag all apart, so I don't have everything. I think everything that I bought, I have in here, but all of, like, the free stuff, I took that all out, and I don't know where I mean, I know where it is, but, like, I don't know what it all is, actually. If you want a really good recap, go watch Carla's channel, Craft Addict K, because she does a really good recap, and it was a lot sooner than my recap, aka this, which is not really a recap, but we'll get there. So let's start with whips. So I'm pretty behind on this. I think I'm at least maybe a week or two behind on my, let me get the thingy out, wherever it is. Hello? Do I have the cover sheet? Is it in here? So it's in here. It's just really far behind. So this is 324 by WorksbyABC, Arlene. And she's so funny. I saw her at the Graceness retreat. She was there, and I started a new project at the retreat, and it's one of hers. And now we follow each other on Instagram, and I am constantly putting updates on this project on Instagram in my, like, stories or whatever, and I feel so bad because I'm, like, tagging her every single time, and I'm like, are you sick of me yet? Like, you gotta be sick of me. But anyway, this one is, yeah, like I said, I don't know how far behind I am, but I will catch up. Oh my gosh, I'm making a mess. Anyway, here is where I am currently. So I've got a good chunk done. I think I only have this diagonal and one more diagonal, and then I'm starting to get smaller again. So I'm starting to go down towards the corner. So this last one will be the corner, and it'll be the whole top. So once I do this diagonal and the next one, then I'll start getting smaller again. So we're in the second half eventually, once we get there, which I think at this point I probably should be done the whole diagonal. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, it's looking really good. I don't know how many colors I've used so far. And it's so funny with some of these blues, the really light ones. I'm using my, like, floss drop things, and I can tell some of them have been on there for so long that they're so discolored, so I have to, like, throw that whole strand away and just get a new one, because they're so not the right color. They're almost like gray. They're so dingy. So I'm like, I think there's probably one in here that's maybe not the correct color. Like this one might be a little bit wrong, but I don't care. I've already put it in there. You can never tell. But some of these, like this one, the actual, like the old floss was so discolored. It was so funny. But yeah, I've been pretty good at being able to tell like if it's not the color it's supposed to be. But I think for the most part, we're doing pretty okay. But yeah, I think this is really fun. This is a really pretty piece. I'm having a lot of fun with it, just like using all these colors, because we know I love color. So, but that is 324. And that's the update, because I know it was not there the last time I showed it. Like, I was not that far across. Okay, let's see, what else do I want to show? Not that yet. Okay, so then before retreat started, I spun my wheel, and it was like, oh, you're going to work on your giant World Wonders map from GeckoRouge. And I was like, okay. So I took it to retreat thinking maybe I'd stitch on it. I did not. I stitched on it at Corinne's house, but I didn't touch it after that. Like once retreat actually started, didn't touch it. Haven't touched it since because I'm stuck on a different project, and you'll see it in a minute. So here, maybe, let me move these needle minders. Okay. Here is where we're at now with that. So I got a good like chunk done. I finished up to the diagonal of like equaling it to down here. That doesn't make any sense. But so then I started this diagonal here because this page was a blank page before. So I started here until this connects to here, and then I'll start back up at the top and, try to get this whole thing into a diagonal from where we are. So yeah, I got more of this butterfly done, finished this butterfly, and then got in here. So not like a ton, and this is technically the project I'm supposed to be working on, but I haven't touched it. And you'll see. I mean, if you're on my Instagram, you already know. But, and then this little needle minder was one of the things that I got actually at my little field trip, Stitchy field trip that we go on, my group. And it was a present from one of my friends. I'm sure I can say, from Ethel, Stitches by Ethel. She is in my stitching group, and she gifted me this little pig with wings. So cute. And I thought, what a perfect project. I'm working on butterflies currently and like wings, but we're in the sky and pigs flying. So I just thought it was appropriate. And then this needle minder is somewhat new. I got it off Etsy. I can't remember the shop. I'm really sorry. But it's really cute. It just says travel, and it's a little like globe in the shape of a heart with a backpack and a little map thing with a compass. Yeah, super cute. So that's that, what I should be working on, but not working on at the moment. And then the last thing that I stitched on that's not a new project is my wedding piece. Since the last time you saw it, I think I have done a good little bit. I'm not sure how much I've done since the last time you saw it, but I know I've done more. So, here it is. Yeah, it's looking good. Again, don't know what you saw the last time. Have no idea, don't remember. But I'm almost done with this diagonal. I am so close. We have just a little bit left. And I worked on this at retreat for like a second, because I didn't start the new project until, I want to say Saturday I started the new project. Maybe Friday, like afternoon. But I worked on this on Thursday and like Friday morning, because I was supposed to work on World Wonders map, but I was like, it's 3 yards of fabric, and I don't feel like taking up that much room, quite frankly. So that I pulled this out because it's much smaller. I know it's not small, but it's much smaller. It's not even a yard of fabric. So, yeah. Whew. But yeah, I don't think it's a yard. I don't know how big this is, actually. I have no idea. I don't even know how big the actual project is. It's like 550 by 750 or something. But here, let's do some close-ups because I love doing close-ups. But yeah, there's our faces. And then, oh, this really needs a wash. It is a little bit stonky. It just smells like dog, kind of. It lives in a house with a dog. So, look at that bouquet. I love the bouquet. I can't get over it. And the fact that you can kind of see my ring, like it's very faint, and because my ring is like pretty small, which I'm happy about. I don't want anything bigger, but you can see it, just barely. But the fact that you can see it just barely, because like even in real life you can kind of just see it just barely, because it's basically the same color as my skin, since I'm pasty. But yeah, it's so good. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. Eventually, when I do pull this back out, we'll see when that's going to be. I had said I would like to get to 50% by the end of the year. Now that I'm stuck on the project that I'm currently working on and I haven't been able to put it down, I don't know. That's definitely not going to happen. But here we are. So I think I'm at like 44 point something % now, because I did work on it just a little bit. Let me quickly take a drink. Okay. And then the last thing was not a project that I worked on, but I got it back. This bag is so crunchy from being in the mail so much. Like, it's the same type of bag as this one, but like, this one's not. This one's so crunchy. I don't know what that's about. But this is my round robin that I'm doing with folks. We finished this second round part of the round robin. So this is Dreaming of Mums by Rosewood Manor. And boy, this is getting good. This is getting really good. So here is, hold on. Okay. Here is where it is now. Look how fun. You know, folks, some people put their initials, some people didn't. I don't care. I did. I told them, do whatever you want. If you want to put your initials, great. If you don't, great. I don't care. Now, here's the holdup. There is an issue in this. There is a mistake. And I think it was the last person who had this piece, she found the mistake because she was like, this is not it's not matching up what I'm doing. And I think we decided that the mistake was somewhere over here. I know in my text messages, like, I have the exact space where the mistake is, but it's somewhere over here. So basically, I need to, before I send this off again to do the last round, because I think it's only going to take one more round to finish. Before I send it off again, I need to do one motif over here and fix, not really fix, but like put something in the correct spot for people to count off of, so that they're not counting off of any of these. But these are correct up here. So it's somewhere over here that a mistake was made. I don't care. I know folks are like, get upset and stuff. I don't care. Because they're all such individual things that it doesn't, like, mistakes don't matter. Especially with something like this. I can just fudge one of these things and just be like, okay, don't count off of any of these, only count off of, you know, like this motif or whatever, in my instructions to the next group, so that even if it's weird, or if it's like it's only one stitch off. It's one stitch off, it looks like, in one of these motifs. And because of that, the placement of the one she was gonna do wasn't gonna work correctly, and so she was like, never mind, I'll just go up here. So I think she did like this one. But, so if I stitch one of these down here and just make it work, and just say count off of this, and don't even worry about where it is in comparison to the other pieces. I don't care. Stitch off of the one that I stitch, and then we should be okay. If that makes sense. So, it'll get there. It'll all be fine. These things are meant to be, you know, whatever. Like, if there's a mistake, there's a mistake, who cares? Especially in something like this where they're all individual motifs, and so like placement really doesn't matter. As long as we can finagle, and put them somewhere so that at least the top and the side match up, I don't care in the middle where they are. I just want to make sure that the sides and the top like are even, and there's no motif that's like way above the others. Okay, one more second. Okay. The last thing is kind of starting my haul section, but it's my new start that I started at Grace Notes. So, just because I need to say something about this. So I always get to retreat on Monday. It doesn't start till Thursday, but, you know, I need to help out. So I get there on Monday so that I'm able to be there for whatever Corinne needs me to do, basically all week. So I get there on Monday. Well, okay, that's not true. She had texted me like a couple of weeks ago. I want to say at least a month ago. And she took a picture and she was like, hey, just letting you know, like, I have a mystery fabric. And I assumed she was telling me because she was going to post it on the Facebook group, because she does that sometimes where she'll, like, have an oopsie fabric and she posts it on Facebook, like, first one to comment gets it, like, at a discount or whatever. Or not at a discount, just, like, can buy it. Because she can't sell it as a color on the website. So I thought that's what she was doing. She was sending it to me because she was like, hey, you would really like this. And I thought, like, oh, like, great, don't put it up. I'll buy it. But she wasn't doing that. She was sending it to me because she was going to have it for the Grace Notes retreat. And I was like, oh, okay. She was like, do you want me to save it? And I was like, no. I was like, don't save it for me. Just, like, you know, put it out. I don't want to, like, have special treatment. But then, like, Monday came around. I was like, absolutely, give me special treatment. So, Monday, I show up, and, you know, we're chatting. I don't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday, but she pulled out the mystery fabrics, and she was like, oh, hey, I want to show you all the mystery fabrics that we have for retreat. And I was like, okay. I've already seen, like 2 or 3 of them, and I knew I wanted a couple. So, I was like, I'm just gonna take them now. Don't even put them out on the table. Like, they're automatically mine. Just give them to me. So, and they were, like, large pieces. They were, like, full yards or halves. And I don't cut them. I just take them. I take the whole thing because I am who I am. So, I saw this fabric and automatically had to have it. Don't remember if it was the one that she sent me. Might not have been, because she had said, like, oh, I have another one that you would really like. But she didn't send it to me, so this might have been that one. Either way, I saw this fabric, had no idea what I was going to do on it. Thought maybe I'd do, like, a Halloween pattern on it, because it was very much, like, Halloween-y. They don't dye for Halloween, but, like, luckily they've got so many good fabrics that you could use, like, for Halloween patterns. And this one just happens to be one of them. But, get to retreat, I see a model stitch by Arlene, just standing there on this really pretty deep, dark purple. And then my friend Sherry, who also works Retreat, she finished this project at Retreat on this really, really pretty dark blue. And I was like, okay, I've got this fabric. I know what I'm putting on it. So I started this project. So this project is, maybe, is it in here? Yes. This project is Majestic Lace by WorksbyABC. And this is the model that was at Retreat on this really pretty dark purple. I don't know what the dark purple is. And then I had Arlene sign my copy for me. It was really fun. She's so funny. I love you, Arlene. You're great. So I started it, and I'm doing it on this really great mystery fabric. Oh, there we go. Can you see it? So I've got a lot done. The color is, that's more accurate. Kind of like that purpley, greeny, very much kind of Halloween kind of color. But I decided I wanted to put the lace on it because, yeah. So I'm really far. And the best part about this was I bought the paper pattern, right? And I've been using the paper pattern, and then I got to a point where, because I'm doing it like out to in. So I did the whole outside border, this whole like one stitch border on the outside. I did that all the way around, finished that at Retreat, and then started up here at the Retreat. So I got like this flower, and so now I'm over like here on this or this, somewhere over here, one of these things. And so I'm doing the outside in. So I'm going to finish this thing, and then I'm going to go in, and there's a one stitch border in here before we get into this craziness. And then there's these flowers, and then there's like a one stitch border, and then there's the inside. So, that's the plan. I don't remember where I was going with this. Other than that's the plan. But yeah, anyway. Oh, I remember. So I bought the paper chart, right? And I was using the paper chart and it was going fine until I got to like over here where this thing was on like 3 different pages. And I was like, I am going insane. I can't do this. So I ended up buying the PDF from Etsy. So I now have the PDF version and the paper chart, which is fine because I'm going to keep the paper chart, obviously, because I've got this situation. But now I have the PDF that I'm working off of, so I can see, like, not that I care, but I can see, like, how far I am. And I've done, I think this is like 12,000 stitches or something. And it's like 30% done. So yeah, it's really, really pretty. I love kind of the lace effect. I am not doing, so this is called for in Flosh. This is 28 count. She did hers on 36 count, so mine is going to be larger. And she also used Flosh, DMC Flosh, which is a thicker, like, version of, it's a thicker DMC, basically. And she did it in white, in Blanc. And I'm doing it in regular cotton, 2 strands over 2, except for the lace bit, which is just 1 strand, half stitch over 2. And I'm doing it in B5200 because I like how much it pops. I like B5200 more than Blanc. So yeah, so that's what I have been hung up on. I cannot put this down. I'm struggling. Every time I say I'm going to pull out my like wedding piece or my full coverage, I can't. I also have been so busy recently that this is just easy for me to like quickly pull out for like an hour. Unlike my full coverage, which is like, it takes me a lot longer to get it all set up. So then I have a lot less time to stitch when I only have like an hour to stitch. So there's that. So I'm going to go backwards and I'm going to go into the haul that I got on our Stitchy field trip, which is a lot I want to say a lot less than my Grace Notes retreat haul. But that's all the stitching. So now we're getting into haul. If you're not interested in haul, thanks for coming by. I'll see you next time. If you are interested in haul, we went to two stores. Stitches Unlimited in Strasbourg. Is that where it is, or is that Hodgepodge? I mean, they're both pretty close to each other, but they're both in Pennsylvania. And in Stitches Unlimited, I bought one thing. I bought needles. That's it. So I'm not going to show those. But in Hodgepodge, that's a different story. I was better than I was last year. I did a better job than I did last year at not buying as much. But I can't go into Hodgepodge without going into that Halloween fall room. Like, she has one full room that's basically like fabric and Halloween fall patterns. I don't really go for the fabric because she stocks a lot of Grace Notes, and I don't really need any that's like named. I get all of their like mystery stuff, but I don't need any like named fabrics because I have so many of them. But I bought a bunch. Well, that's not true. I did buy one piece of fabric, but you'll see why. I bought a bunch of patterns in the Halloween section / fall section. I did buy 2 patterns that are not Halloween and fall, but we'll get there. So I'm going to start with the like Halloween fall ones because we're getting to that time of the year, and I mean all year is Halloween fall for me, but here we are. So this is called Halloween When the Cobwebs in My House Become Decorations by Waxing Moon Designs, or it's called Halloween Cobwebs, but that's what it says. So I love that because it's true. When the cobwebs in my house become decorations. Yeah, that's so good. And I love the hat. So there's that. And then this one is Welcome to Our Patch by Annie B's Folk Art. I don't think I have any Annie B's. This is my first one. I love this. I just love the like quiltiness of those pumpkins. And then this one's called All Hallows Eve by Blueberry Ridge Designs, or Design. I love this too, and I think I have a fabric that I already know which fabric I'm going to use. And I'll show it to you because I just bought it at the retreat without realizing. Like, it would be perfect. And then I bought Flying Lesson by Silver Creek Samplers, and I saw somebody at retreat stitching this, and there's a lot of people who've changed colors, like the green, they've done purple, and I'm probably going to also do some color changing. However, I would like to add some orange in there also, so like purple, green, orange, all of the Halloween colors. And I'm going to do it on a different color fabric. And then the last Halloween / autumn one is called Happy Halloween Pumpkin Party by Jardin Privé. Again, another like Quaker-esque pumpkin situation. Love it. I also really like I don't love text on things a lot of the time, but like I love the text on this. So. And then the last 2, one of them is A Buzz at Midnight by from Liz Matthews, which I just love. And I think that I know what fabric I would do this on. Probably Elizabeth. It's a rich purple. And I think this would look really good on Elizabeth. And then the last one, this is great. Is called Christmas Ride, and it's by Yasmin's Made with Love. Yasmin, can't say this last name. Boot Bake? I don't know. But look at that. Okay, can we just for a second all just scream about the fox in the pomegranate carriage that's being pulled by a mouse with an owl driving it? What is happening? I saw this and I was like, I have to. I cannot. Like, I gotta get it. So, and part of the thing that makes this piece so good, in my opinion, is the fabric. So, of course, she had the fabric. So I was like, Marsha, seriously? So yes, so she had the fabric. Here it is. So I'm going to be stitching it on this. And the other thing that I think is really funny about these, and I just noticed it, is this is absolutely just a frame laid on top of the fabric. Because look, the fabric is still all around. So it's not actually like in the frame. It's just the frame is just sitting on top of the fabric. That's really funny to me. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but that's a good way to do it, you know? So you don't have to take all the time putting it in a frame. So anyway, that is everything I bought at Hodgepodge in Pennsylvania. And, sorry. Sorry. So much paper. And the nice thing is that Marsha opened up, Hodgepodge is usually closed on Sundays, but she opened up her store for the retreaters on the Sunday that retreat ended until I think like 4 o'clock. So retreat ended at noon, and folks could go. It's only like, I want to say like an hour away, and a lot of like my Maryland friends basically pass it to go home, or could pass it to go home. And so, you know, I think she said she got like 8 or 9 people, which is 8 or 9 people that she wouldn't have gotten if she was closed. So she was like, yeah, absolutely worth it. Like, she was able to get stuff done, like work-wise, while they were shopping. And so she said she'd love to be able to do it again next year. So if, you know, just in case you're coming to retreat next year, on that Sunday, she'll open up her shop. And because if you didn't get enough shopping done at the Grace Notes retreat, there's more. But plus, you'll have bought a lot of new fabrics that you might want patterns for. So, so there's that. Speaking of retreat, so I went with the intent of buying nothing. Yeah, okay. Sure, have you met me? So, I forgot one thing. Hold on. I'm still here. I'm going to talk to you while I'm walking away. But I had forgotten that I needed this. I'm currently using it, so. Okay, so I'm going to show you the only other pattern that I bought at retreat. Because I only bought 2. And this is Exquisite Lace. So, yeah, I bought both. She had both models there, and I couldn't help myself. So, here is the other pattern that I bought from Arlene. I'll probably also buy the PDF of this, but I'll get to that when I get to that. And really quickly, because we've already talked about the fabric, so here is another mystery fabric that I bought, and I'm only showing this to you at the moment because I think this is what I'm going to do this on. It is very similar to what I'm doing Majestic Lace on, but it's a little bit more purple. So it's got more purple in it. Oh, I don't love the back. There we go. So it's got more purple in it, but it's also like the same color theory. But it's just more, I'm trying to get to a place where it's like actually right. Kind of. It's a little bit not as deep as that, but I wouldn't say it's not as deep as that. It's a little more blue that it's showing up. It's showing up very red toned purple, but it's actually more blue toned purple, but it's definitely more purple than the other fabric. Let's see. Where is it? You'll see. Yeah, see how much, like, it's much more purple. This is much more blue. So I think I'm going to do Exquisite Lace on this fabric so that they're similar but not the same. And partially because, so this is only a half, and this piece was a whole yard that I cut, but it's more than a half. Like, the piece itself is bigger than half, but not as big as a full yard. So I have some left, but not enough to fit this on it. So I needed a full half for this to fit. So I think this is 28. Yep, this is 28. And I think that I got the half because this was originally a full yard, I believe. And Jamie cut a quarter off because she wanted a quarter, which is Corinne's sister. And when Corinne was cutting it, I said to her, I was like, well, could you cut me then? Could you just cut it into like 2 quarters and a half so that I could have the half and the quarter but separated? And she was like, sure. And so when she was actually cutting it, she was like, actually, you know what? Could I take that other quarter? And I was like, sure, I don't care. It means I'm spending less money. So she took the other quarter, so I ended up with the half, which is perfect because I want to do it with exquisite lace. Okay, while we're on fabrics, let's just finish the fabric situation. And I want to pull out one of the patterns again because one of these is going to look really good on one of these fabrics, I think. So I'm going to pull it back out so we can see it. So the only freebie that I'll show is the Grace Notes Retreat fabric color for this year. It's called Rooted in Grace, and it's not going to show up correctly, but it is like this pale blue gray. It's blue gray. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a blue gray, really pretty. It's got very slight modeling. You can see it on the screen, but it's really pretty. I never know what I'm going to do with these pieces that are this small. I'll find something. I'm sure I'll find something. I have some small patterns. I just don't know if they're right for this color, because so many of my small patterns are like Halloween designs, and this is not the right fabric for that. But so that's the only fabric. And I forgot to bring my fabric of the month over here. Hold on. I've got my fabric of the month too. Hold on. Hold your horses. Okay. And I've got two fabrics of the month for this month because I was told / I figured out that the fabrics I showed you last month for fabric of the month weren't right. So I'm going to redo them. So I'll show you the correct ones. And then I know these ones are correct because I didn't take them out of the bag this time. So we'll finish with the retreat fabrics and then we'll do fabric of the month and then we'll go back to retreat haul. So then the other thing that she gave me, well, one of the other things she gave me was this Ojon. She literally picked this up. She went, this isn't right. This is not Ojon. It's the wrong color. She just was like, here. And I was like, okay. So it's Ojon, but it's too dark. It's a really dark Ojon, which is not coming across in the cap. It's really pretty. I love this, but it is not quite Ojon. Yeah, because when I saw it, I was like, that's a really dark Ojon. She was like, yeah, it's not right. So I was like, okay. Okay, the rest of them, I have one more that she gave me, which is called Neverland, and it is one of the new releases, for her fantasy collection, and it is a mix of 2 colors. It doesn't show up great on this. The Lugana and the Ada dyed really, really well, but this one, it's also really wrinkly. Because I've just stuck it in the bag for like a month because I've been waiting for this video. So basically it is Hannah on this side, and then it fades into Joy to the World, which is the blue, and then in the middle it's just the mix of the 2. So it's really, really pretty. So this will be coming out, and I think she created this because somebody asked for something like this for like a project or something, and so this was the creation, and I'm just so happy that it's using Hannah because, I mean, it's my namesake. So when she said it was, okay, so here's the story really, is I saw this sitting on the piano at her house, but I saw it like this, with like just a smidge of the other side sticking out. And I was looking at it from across the room and I was like, so I walked over there and she was like, I didn't want you to see those. And I was like, you can't just leave them out and not expect me to like go, hey, that's Hannah. So I knew this was Hannah. But I was like, but it's got blue. So she was like, oh yeah, it's part of our new releases. And I was like, I love it. So I don't remember when she said this is coming out. I don't remember if it's already on the website or if it's coming out on Black Friday, but it'll be coming out. The rest of them are mystery fabrics. So they are oopsies, one of a kind. So sorry about it. But here we are. So here is, I think they're all 28 count. That was 28 count. No, this was 32 count. Sorry, this was 32 count. The Ojon was 32 count. I think everything else is 28 count. Linen. They're all linens. I'm just double checking. Yes, all the rest of them, there's only 3, are 28 count linens. So here is one which I love this. I think, and I could be wrong, but just based on the colors that I'm seeing in here, I'm thinking that we were going for maybe Sarah, maybe Jennifer, but adding in some like peau de kiwi. I don't know 100%, but like that's the color story that I'm getting. But I love it because it's that like grungy green / brown that, you know, we all know I love. I love myself some dirty fabric. And that's doing it for me. So is this one. This one is just, it's so good. This is probably one of my favorites. Look at this. You're not going to be able to see it like that, so let me, look at this. So good. So good. I want to say there's some Giacoso coming on in here. Like, there's gotta be, I mean, you know, I don't know what the green blue is 100%, but, you know, she could just start making mystery fabrics and people, because I took this to one of my stitching groups last weekend, and they were all like, can she just start making mystery fabrics and selling them on the website? And I was like, I know, right? Because her oopsies are so good. She's got great oopsies. And then this is the last fabric. And this is not going to show up correctly. It is way more rose colored than that. It's almost rose goldy. So imagine what you're seeing, but more pink colored, like a pink tone. Kind of that. I'm trying to get it to like a, it's not going to show correctly, but I'm thinking this on this. And y'all can't see it, but this color that you're seeing in the screen right here is basically what this is. So I don't know why it's not picking it up. Like, it's picking it up on this, but it's not picking it up here. But just imagine, this color is what this fabric basically is. Like, it's got some blue tones into it. You're not going to be able to see it, I'm sure. But, like, this whole area is kind of blue toned. So it's got some blue, like, undertones to it. But it's basically this color. So I know it doesn't look it. It looks brown or tan, but it's not. It is this color. So I think I'm going to do this, and I don't know how big, 11 by 8, a little over 11 by a little over 8, but this one is stitched on 40 count, so it's going to be bigger. So I don't know how, it's not going to be this whole, this is a whole half yard, so And it was funny because, was it this one? I think it was this one. This was originally a whole yard. And I didn't need a whole nother yard of fabric. I was like, I bought one whole yard already. I don't need 2 full yards. So I found 2 people to cut this with me. One of my friends, she was like, I don't like linen, but for that, I would absolutely take a quarter. And I was like, great. So thanks, Nikki. And then Sherry was like, and I was like, I don't need a 1.25. I just need a half. And so then Sherry was like, I'll take the other quarter. So I was like, great, thank you. So we cut that. Hold on one second. This is gonna be a long video. Finally, y'all have another long video from me. I'm gonna splice this in here because I totally forgot to show the fabric of the month stuff. So this is gonna be spliced in where I finished talking about fabric. So sorry about it. It's literally, this is like, I'm editing my video and I'm going, all right, I have to talk about fabric of the month. Crud. Okay, so this is last month's fabric of the month. This is July. Yeah, because I messed up. I think I showed the correct neutral, which was marble. So I think I showed this already, but I'm going to show it again. So this is the neutral from July. Really pretty. Really like this one. This one, really, really like it. It's like gray, purple. It's really good. I really like this one. I get all of my neutrals on linen, 32 count linen, and I get all of my colors on 28 count Lugana. So then, this is the one I didn't show, is the color, the correct color. I showed some random, oh my gosh, my eyes are killing me. What did I do? I showed some random other color. So this is the correct one, and it's called Heard It Through the Grapevine. I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Such a good name. Look at that. I mean, it's so cool. Definitely could see doing something Halloween-y on this one, for sure. I feel like any purple, like purple, green, orange, it's like all Halloween. Or if it has those colors in it. But this one specifically, because it's got these like really dark gray moments running through it, so good. So yeah, so that is that, 28 count Lugana. So those are the July correct fabrics. So pretend like the last fabric of the month video, that part didn't exist. Okay, and then these ones I know are correct because they're still in the bag. So the neutral this month is called Oceans Apart. And again, 32 count linen. If I could open it, that would be great. So pretty. Okay, it's not going to come across correctly. It looks almost gray on the screen. No, it looks gray. It's not, oh, there we go. It's not gray. It's like, it's blue. It is a almost gray blue, but it is blue. It is really pretty. Really, really pretty. They do a really good job with their neutrals, man. I mean, their colors are good, but their neutrals, partly because they're not just brown and tan all the time. You know what I mean? And then the color for this month is called Autumn Memories, which, yeah, their naming is it's on point. It is on point. Somebody was saying that at one of my stitching groups last weekend, was saying like, they are really good at the names. But yes, this is called Autumn Memories. I really like this one. It is a bit neutral-esque in my opinion. Partially because you could do so many things on this. So it's a very neutrally color. Oh, my phone is ringing. It's not important. it's a spam call, it looks like. If it was a work call, it'd be my desk phone number, because it's weird. Whatever comes through on my phone, because I have my desk phone forwarded to my cell phone when we're working from home. And when it comes up on my cell phone, the number that comes up is my desk phone number. So I don't know who is calling. I just can see that somebody's calling my work phone. So I'll answer it, but I don't know who it is. But this is not that number, so it's a spam call. Or at least I'm assuming. If they need me, they'll leave me a voicemail. But yes, it looks like they did not leave me a voicemail, so it's not important. Yeah, so that's that. That is the color. What was I saying about it? Oh yeah, it's very neutral. Like it's a neutral color to me. It might not be for some people, but it is for me, because I could see doing lots of things on this, whereas a lot of colors, sometimes you're like, oh, I have no idea what I would do on that because of the color it is. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna splice this in. So thanks. See, this is what happens when I go shopping. Okay, just a few more things. So we got our retreat exclusive bag, which is made by Black Cat Stitchery. Their little cat charm, just a nice soft inside, and then the birds on the back. So the theme color this year was green for the Grace Notes Retreat. So she did a great job, I think, with the theme color. And then I bought 3 more bags, but Sheba Designs was the bag maker this year. So the project bag for the retreat exclusive was from Black Cat, from Tiffany. And then the project bags that were on sale, the trunk show bags, were from Sheba Designs. So thanks, Melissa. So the first one I'll show is a non-vinyl front. So it is just a full bag. She does some cute little charms, and she includes a little thing where you can write your project on. I'm not going to use it, but she does include them. And she's from Canada, so she has her leaf and then a paw print, which I love because we all know how I feel about dogs and animals and all of that. But I needed a wine bag, so love that. I think the inside fabric is the same. Yeah, the inside fabric is the same as this top fabric. So that's lovely. And then the next one is a dog bag. And I haven't opened this one yet, obviously, since the thing's inside. She is really great, and she like zips it with the stuff inside so they don't fling around everywhere, and I just don't care enough, apparently. But same charms are on this one. And then we've got the little woof paw print bones on the inside, and then on the outside is a bunch of dogs. I don't think that there are any pit bulls in this picture, but that's okay. You know, they're just not included on a lot of things, unfortunately, which is why I'm such an advocate. And then the last one I got is probably my favorite bag, which is sad because, like, the dogs is really pretty, but, like, this is probably my favorite bag. I love this one. Look at it. Look at all those corks. I am obsessed. I'm obsessed with this whole bag. This and this. Look at these wine bottles. I just love it. So I got another wine bag. But this is so cool. This is probably the coolest project bag. There was only one of these. All these other bags, there were at least like 2 of those bags, or like an option for a vinyl or a non-vinyl front. This one was the only one I could find of this, and I started shopping before the store was open. So, sorry for everybody who didn't get this bag, but I needed this bag in my life, and I was like willing to pay more than the bag was for sale for this bag, because this is amazing. I love this bag. But like, it is so good. Yeah. So now I have a problem because I'm like, well, I love Tiffany bags, but now I love Melissa bags. So, But I just got an invoice from Tiffany. So at the retreat, I was sitting at the table next to Tiffany, and I was like, we were talking, and she was like, you gotta get in my bag of the month. It's not a bag of the month, it's like bag of the quarter club, because I think she sends out like one bag a quarter or whatever. And I was like, I know, I was gonna sign up, and then I like just didn't. Like, I had the sign up sheet open on my phone, and then I just never did it, and then I forgot about it. And then so I just looked at her, I was like, just invoice me. Just send me the invoice. I'm not going to remember what this is about. I'm just probably just going to pay it and not have any idea what it is. And I didn't think that she was actually going to do it. Like, I thought we were both going to forget about it. But then, what was it? 2 days ago, I got an invoice from her, and I was like, I literally, for many, many minutes, I was like, I have no idea. What did I buy? Like, I have literally I forgot. I had forgotten. I told her I was going to forget. But I still paid it. I was like, what did I buy for $50 or whatever? Like, it was like $48 or whatever. I was like, what did I buy? It's fine. I'm just going to pay, because I was like, I trust you. And then I messaged her, and I was like, I just remembered what this was for. Like, I had already paid for it, and this was like after I paid for it. I was like, I literally just remembered. And she was like, I knew you were gonna forget. I was like, yep. So now I'm in the bag of the quarter club, because I have to. I mean, I don't have to, but like, you know, I've been wanting to do it. I forget. I'm really bad at remembering everything. So, but anyway. So those are all the bags that I got. The last few things are pretty small little things. So my friend, at one of my stitching groups, she makes a lot of things, but she made, for stitchers, she makes like scissor fobs. And I was not going to go over there. I was not going to go over there until the last day. And then the last day I went over there, and I was like, well, crap. Now I have to buy. I saw one, and then I saw another, and I was like, done. I had to get both of them. So I got this scissor fob. It's so pretty. It's got little blue beads. They all look green in this camera, but there are some blue ones, there's some green ones, and then that, and it says, life is better with a dog by your side. And I love that. So that's one of them. And then I bought another one. This was the first one that I saw. So I had to get this one because I don't see like this kind of thing very often, but it's a horse. And she did a really great job with the colors of the beads. They are very much neutral, like really good with the theme. So had to get that because horses. And then the last things that I bought were some needle minders. Now, Jamie, who is Corinne's sister, she made some clay needle minders. This is new for her, so I just gotta say I think she did a great job. But they're little turtles. So this one I did not buy, but I was gifted. And it's so good. Yeah. So I was going to buy this one if it was still, so these were the things that I waited till the very end. If they were still there, I was like, I'll wait till the very end. If they're still there, I'll buy them. Well, I didn't make it to the very end because I was up at the register talking about something. I don't remember what I was doing. I was not buying anything at that point, but I was talking and I was saying something about this to the people that were standing up there. And because it's yellow and it's my favorite color, I was like, oh my gosh. And Jamie even said, she was like, I made this turtle with you in mind because of the color. So I was like, so it's basically for me. And at that point, that's when, I was gifted the turtle. So super, super cute. Love that. I know some people didn't realize what they were, so maybe that's why they weren't like snatched up right away. Hold on, I'm getting something is telling me I need to do something. I'm like, no, I don't want to do whatever it is you're telling me to do. So some people thought, I think that they were like wax, but no, they're needle minders. And then I bought another one, again, another turtle. It's a little like grape turtle. I just love it. Again, with the wine theme. I don't know what's going on. I know it's not supposed to be wine themed, but it's a grape turtle. So here we are. Super cute. And then the last one is the funniest one to me because I knew what it was right away. Like, I knew it was a turtle right away, but I was talking to, I don't remember who it was I was talking to, but basically I was talking to somebody about these, and she looked at me and she was like, it's really cute, but I don't know, it's a weird frog that's sitting on top of that pumpkin. And I was like, it's not a frog, it's the turtle's head. But now all I can see is a weird frog sitting on top of this pumpkin. And it was so funny to me. I was just like, I'm gonna call it a weird frog now. But in all reality, like, this is probably my second favorite. It's the yellow one, then this one, then the grape one. Because, hello, fall. So that's, yeah, so good. But it's a weird frog. So I just found that so funny. That cracked me up when she said that. I was like, it's not a frog. It's a turtle. And she was like, oh, I see that now. It was so funny. But anyway, that's everything. That's everything that I bought at retreat and prior to retreat, I think. There might be some, like, needle minders that I bought from Etsy and things that I'll show eventually when projects come out, because I buy needle minders for projects, like, specifically. So there might be some of that going on, but I don't feel like trying to find those. So, yeah. But I think that's everything. So we're almost at an hour, which is great. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you are planning or would like to come to retreat next year, I think the dates, let me double check. We have the dates. We've decided it's going to be like the same weekend next year. So I think we've decided it's the 7th to the 10th of August. So the information will go out on the Facebook page. I usually try to link the Facebook page down below. So be on the lookout for that in the next couple of months. But those are the dates. So put it in your calendar, the 7th to the 10th of August next year, 2025. Grace Notes Retreat. We hope to see you back or there. Otherwise, I think that's everything. I think that I finished. I can upload this, and I don't know what I'm going to do today. He's still sleeping. He is still dead sleeping. Let's see if I can. Look, there he is. Right there. Just sleeping. He's exhausted, apparently. I think the people are done working on I can't hear them anymore, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care that they're over there. He just gets curious and he wants to go sit and watch them the whole time. And I'm like, no, don't do that, you weirdo. But yeah, he's great. Anyway, the horse and the donkey are good too, if anybody cares. They are doing well. I think they're ready for it to not be so hot. It was ridiculously humid yesterday. It wasn't like hot per se, but it was so humid that it just felt hot. Yeah, so it was really gross. But otherwise, I'm hoping the weather starts to cool down a little bit. I know it's possibly going to rain. It looks like it's going to rain. It's been kind of like gross and dreary all morning, so I don't know. But anyway, I will see you guys in my next video. Oh, I forgot one more thing. I will be starting something new tomorrow. There is a sal going on with a few people, but I am doing it because Dawn Marie from DM's Crafty Vortex is doing it, and so I got roped in because here we are. It's a full coverage, and let's see if I can find. I'm just gonna go to Instagram and find her picture because that's what I do. So let's go find it. DM's Crafty Vortex. So this is the pattern that we'll be starting. And she bought the max color, so I bought the max color. And we're starting it tomorrow. It's In Stitches with Ebony is also doing it, and I can't say this. I can't say. It's Krissa something. Shellen? It's not really her name. It's Krissa. Krissa is doing it. But if you're interested, go to Dawn Marie's Instagram, DM's Crafty Vortex, and she has like the information. The hashtag is an enchanted place Sal. So it is from Stitches So Beautiful is where the pattern's from, and I've never bought from them before, but this was the first time, and there are a bunch of other patterns that I want. So thanks, Ebony and Dawn Marie and Krissa. Thanks all. You're great. You're just lovely. Because I need more things. So here we are. But yeah, I'll start that tomorrow. And so you'll see that in my next video, or you can see it on Instagram if you follow me on Instagram. Do I have any other things? I've been watching some new Flosstubes. I mean, new to me. They're kind of new in general, but they're new to me, really. One is not super new to me, but I'm not really good at talking about the people that I'm watching on Flosstube. I don't watch a whole ton of Flosstube because it's overwhelming. As everybody knows, there are like specific people I watch all the time, but like it's overwhelming. But some of the people that I have been watching is what is your channel name? Hold on. Captain Cross-Stitch. I didn't even need to look. Eventually it came to me. Dawn from Captain Cross-Stitch. He started his Flosstube a little bit ago. Like it's been a couple months. But go give him a watch. He constantly says nice things about me, so thank you. I really appreciate it. And I'll sit there and be like, but so yeah, so that's been nice, and he has a lot of projects, and I'm waiting for him to start his first full coverage. He has all of this stuff now. So I'm just kidding. Start it whenever you would like to, but like, you know, within reason. And then the other person that I just found, and she has been binge watching me because she comments on a lot of videos, and she started way at the beginning, so girl, more power to you. Because I have a lot of videos, and some of them are very long. So, I mean, I'm not like Jessie Marie's, I'm not to her level, but, you know, I have quite a few long videos. But her channel name is, let me double check that I'm saying this. I know it's Wisteria Stitch. And she, yeah, she's been watching me and commenting, so I just watched one of her videos. I have to go back. She only has, I think, like 10-ish videos, and they're not like super long, and I think she's just trying to figure out exactly how she wants to do her videos, and girl, you're never gonna figure it out. Because mine are different now than they were like in the videos you're watching currently, so eventually you'll see this. I'll try to tag those two down below. But yeah, she just commented on my Stitch With Me #3 that I did like, what, years ago? I don't remember. It's been a long time. But yeah, I don't remember, and it's funny because she'll comment, and I'm like, I don't remember any of that video. Like, I have no idea what I talked about in that video. So I try to pretend like I know what I'm saying, and sometimes she gives me really good clues. Like, her comment is like, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about, but sometimes I'm like, I literally have no idea. What did I say? I'm not going back to watch my video. So anyway, yeah, so I've been watching those two, so go give them a holler. Let's add to their Flosstube numbers. And then obviously, you know, Grace Notes Stitchers, Craft Addict K, Dawn Marie. Dawn Marie, is your channel also DM's Crafty Vortex on YouTube? I don't remember. But, yeah, so I have my regulars, but, and then obviously, like, Jessie Marie, because, like, everybody watches Jessie, right? If you don't, where you at? But yeah, I think that's it finally. I think I'm done. Sorry for such a long video. I'm sure some of you are happy about it. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. You'll see a lot of updates there about like what I'm currently stitching on and all of that. I do a lot of what are they called? Stories? The little things when you push on your picture. It like shows the story or whatever. I do a lot of those now, mostly like at the end of my stitching session. I will take a picture, upload it there, and you can see what I worked on that day. If I don't put anything up, usually it's because I have not stitched at all that day. It's been a lot like that recent. Like the last 2 weeks, it's kind of been like that. I haven't put that much stuff up. But I am stitching today, so I will be putting something up. And then tomorrow, obviously, because I have to start something new. Thanks again. So I'll be posting that. And then, yeah, next month's video should probably be shorter because I'm not going to any like retreats or shops that I'm aware of. So we should be good. We do have, my husband and I are going to a pickle festival in September that I'm super excited about. I know it's weird, but I'm going to it, and I'm going to hopefully see Heather there, my friend Heather, who used to have a channel. So she's going to be there, whether I see her or not. I'm going to text her, and hopefully we can find each other, but who knows. So we have that, and then I have a like alumni reunion weekend at work at the last weekend of September, so that's going to be ridiculous because it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and so I'm going to be working all day, probably like at least 12-hour days those days, because I think it starts at 8 in the morning or whatever, and it goes until like 9 at night. So it's going to be a long weekend, but our VP is working on like figuring out all of our comp time, because that's ridiculous to work a whole weekend and then not get comped any kind of time. Yeah, especially because I'm supposed to only be working 7-hour days. So anyway, okay, I think that's it. I'm really done this time. I promise. Everybody, I hope you stitched. I hope you had some good snacks or good drinks and good stitching time in this over hour long video. Have a good one. I will see you next month. Bye.